everybody, it's Maria Boynton. Thank you so much for joining me for another edition of Atlanta Up Close. Today, we're talking about a very important issue. It has to do with men's health. I have two awesome guests today, father and son, believe it or not, Prince L. Sr. and Prince L. Jr. How are you two gentlemen doing today?
I'm well.
Blessed.
So honored to be with you, Doctor.
I want to talk to you guys because when this came across my desk, I said, this is an important issue. We're going to get them in there. You, of course, have an event attached to our conversation today. Everyone, they're the founders of Steady Ground. Who's going to tell us what Steady Ground is?
I would love to. So I've been an athlete for 20 years, professional 3 years, and throughout that I've seen some of the gaps that can be filled to help accommodate some of the needs that it falls behind the scenes. You don't really see it on the surface. So I created a movement that's what I wish that would have been there when I needed it the most. And that's a family, a platform, and of course, a brotherhood.
He's Prince L. Jr., everyone. So Prince L. Sr., I mean, how elated and how proud are you of what he's done?
You know, when you think about being a professional athlete for almost 20 years, and then you hear the stories of individuals that have not only participated in playing all types of sport. You know, Dr. Thorne, you hear them saying that their bodies are beat. You hear them saying, I can't find work. You hear them saying, you know, when I had a contract, I had support. Now that I don't have it, you know, I have no direction. Steady Ground was founded to provide not only wellness, but a place that individuals could come to deal with their traumas, to deal with things that they could not talk about. You know, men are taught, you know, the little boy that says, I can't cry, or the little boy that didn't hear his father say, you know, I'm proud of you. Steady Ground was developed and created to provide not only wellness, but mental health awareness as well.
How old is Steady Ground?
4 years old.
Wow.
Yes, we will actually be celebrating our 4th annual award show.
So when you say award show,
Yes, ma'am.
talk about that. I mean, you know, when I hear people celebrating others, I mean, of course, you have one side where you're helping and you're researching and you're talking about men's health, but then you have your award show. That means honors. Now, who gets honored at these shows?
Those who have been impactful within the community. And it's not just about red carpets, it's actually about real conversations. And mental health is life or death within our community.
Yeah, when you talk about life or death, I was just astounded and shocked at some of the statistics that men are 3.5 times more likely to die by suicide than women, yet they are the least likely to seek help. So at your organization, so what are you trying to do? You build the men to get them to know you can seek help? Is that what you're doing?
Sure. And then you educate them why they were not seeking that help. You know, men are even taught not to share different things with other men. You know, you're taught that makes you look weak, or, you know, men don't do that.
Man up.
You know, you should take it and, you know, just go on and keep your life moving. But what we've learned, you know, through working with various individuals, particularly, you know, athletes and veterans, you know, these are individuals that have been heroes. They've been like individuals go out and fight the war, then they come back home. They're skillful, they're talented, but yet they sometimes find themselves without jobs, without directions. I've even seen individuals that are homeless. So what we do is first take time to allow the individual to talk about their traumas. You know, most people are afraid, you know, men especially, to talk about anything that they've been through because you're taught, just keep that. Why would you go around telling anybody, you know, what's happened? So we found men most times at the back of the line, serving everybody else, giving out kindness to everyone else, but never receive it back.
And when young men see other men celebrating vulnerability and growth, it gives them permission to do the same.
Oh, yeah. So you're changing this whole thought process. You're changing the whole conversation about men's health. So Prince L. Jr.,
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, when did it come upon you to say, we need assistance, we need help?
When I couldn't foresee my end of my playing career. Again, football is something I literally did all of my life. From the time I was 5 years old. So when you do something for so long, your identity really gets attached to that. So when that aspect of you end, what do you have? And that's where you have to rebuild your identity, not upon what people pegged you to be, but with what you decide that you want to be and what you want to stand for, what you want to exude, and the impact you want to make within your community.
Who'd you play with?
Arizona Cardinals and Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay, so you are a professional athlete.
I'm sorry, and the BC Lions out in Canada and Vancouver.
Oh, wow.
Yes, yeah.
So you have a lot of experience.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're in the locker rooms. I mean, you win, you lose. There, at some point, I guess there is some turmoil possibly going on in your mind, and you just didn't know if you could share it or not, right?
Yes, ma'am. And that's that hidden pressure we was talking about. When you're being a professional athlete, or you're in the limelight, people don't see the internal battles that you fight. And when you're in the public eye, you have to show a smile, especially when you're a part of an organization, because no one's ever bigger than the program. So you always want to exude your best self. But the counter to that is those silent battles that eat you up on the inside, and then they can leak onto your relationship or cause you to lash out in different ways or cause you to express yourself in unhealthy ways, which is why I feel it's important that we form this type of community so we can focus on that understanding so that we don't hold things or make things more personal than they actually are. And in my opinion, that allows you to suffer less when you gain a higher sense of understanding.
Okay, everyone. He is Prince L. Jr. He's the founder of Steady Ground. And if you need more information, you can go to info@steadyground.org, Atlanta, Georgia. So when you talk ATL, of course. And when we talk about Prince L. Jr., he's here with Prince L. Sr. I know folks are looking at y'all right now. I mean, I'm looking at you right now, and I'm saying, okay, Senior and Junior. Unbelievable. What's the skincare routine? What's the healthcare routine? We're going to get back to the serious stuff, but this is serious too. Men also have to take care of themselves, and you're obviously doing all of that.
Well, you know, I appreciate you, and I am the man that I am today because of strong women like you. Any man that says he can make it without one, he doesn't understand his existence. And what's amazing about just asking me how am I able to do it is wellness. You know, it's taboo in the male culture to say you have a skin regimen. Now we have wellness all over Instagram. We got influencers that are making shakes. We have men that are out talking about colognes and, you know, doing your skin. And I'm one that believe in wellness, not just, you know, talking about it, but men don't believe in going to the doctor. You know, the doctor is something, you know, you're too masculine, you're too manly. Matching. When I was growing up, I was teased for matching my shirt and matching my shoes or ironing my clothes or, you know, because it's just not something that men do. So what we've learned through these experiences, the CDC is saying that in the past 33 years, it has become a national crisis that men are dying 8 years earlier than women. It's because of the lack of wellness. It's some things that women have been blessed to have. And when we're doing workshops and trainings throughout the country, by the way, shouts out to ATL for holding us down and supporting Steady Ground for the past 4 years. We've had tremendous support from all of the celebrities, from all of the business owners who said, hey, you know, we don't have any money, but we'll make sure you guys get some sandwiches or some bottled waters. We fed 250 homeless men between now and the pandemic up until this day. Many of them are coming to push it forward, to pay it forward. On October the 24th, again, we're asking all the ATL to come out, enjoy this experience with us. All the celebrities are sending their support, and we're not doing it for a pat on the back or likes or, you know, more reels on Instagram. We're doing this because we want to see the foundation of our community change. We want to see children honoring and respecting their fathers. We want to see the woman that had a lover, a husband, a father, a brother that she loved or cared about. Steady Ground is for her, not only to learn more about why he can't talk to you, why he sits over in the corner or in front of the television on Sunday mute, because he's probably dealing with something. And we're taught to internalize it. We're not taught to tell it. We're taught, hey, your job is to provide. So he doesn't know how to come home and tell you, I think I need to go to the doctor, because he's taught you figure it out.
So what do you do at Steady Ground? Do you have men come in and what do you counsel them, or how does that work?
So there's variations. We have workshop settings where we have different individuals either come be a panel speaker, or we'll form those workshops where individuals get to maybe speak on something that may be bothering them, or they get to talk about a triumph that they had. There's a lot of power in having individuals that can be a mirror before you so that you can learn from their mistakes or their wins. On top of that, we do corporate workshops as well.
Oh, wow.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Prince L. Sr., you were talking about, you mentioned pandemic. So that means you received all that support in spite of the pandemic. You were able to persevere, and look at you now, right?
Well, once again, Maria, when we talk about the pandemic, pandemonia, a shock, unaware of what tomorrow will hold. These are all mental health experiences that most individuals have never had any type of mental health treatment, and we're now dealing with post-COVID. And men are suffering even more because he's taught, if he's laid off from his job, like all the individuals that are being laid off from their jobs for various reasons, many men are still trying to find employment.
Right.
Why? Because men are just left to say, figure it out. So at Steady Ground, not only do we have speakers to come in, we do various workshops, but my favorite of all times is the table experience.
What's that about?
You come, I don't know your name, you don't know mine, you can't bring your phone. It is a unjudgmental environment. And when you sit at the table, you share whatever experience is on your heart that you want to discuss. Through those experiences, we've learned, not just men, but we've had our women, our queens to support. And many men have gotten balance from that table where they ask questions or vent, or even just simply say, I've never had anywhere I could go and say, I don't know how to figure it out. Some men just don't want to say, I don't know how to figure it out. So wellness is an ongoing conversation.
And I'd also like to add that I personally have not seen anyone come to one of our workshop settings or events and say that they didn't become a better person from it or learn something from it.
Oh, goodness. So if someone wants to connect with Steady Ground, what do they need to do?
They can go on steadyground.org and fill out an application to become a member.
Okay.
They can reach out to us on social platforms. Midas_touch_123 on Instagram. Or find us and speak to us if you see us in person. We're very approachable people, very personable, and we show respect. So don't be afraid to say hello and inquire.
70% of retired athletes face mental health challenges post-career.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
How did you do it? How were you able to do it?
Well, I had to accept the circumstances that were before me.
Okay.
And then, make the choice to begin anew. I had to find myself all over again. And, that looks different for everyone. Some people have a community they can lean on for guidance. A lot of people do not, again, which is why we're formulating Steady Ground, so you can find that bridge to your new self, your highest self. Other than that, you have to be resilient. You can't give up no matter how far in the dumps or how far in the dark you may be. Nothing wrong with being in the unknown. You just have to have a heart that is seeking. And again, I'm a very religious man, a spiritual man. So I believe God was leaving me breadcrumbs. And I followed those breadcrumbs step by step with faith, and I eventually found my balance professionally.
Another statistic, everyone, veterans are 1.5 times more likely to die by suicide than civilians. I mean, when you work with the veterans, Prince L. Sr., I mean, what do they say? At first, maybe they don't share, but then when they do decide to open up, what do they tell you?
You know, Maria, this is what I hear. I'm accustomed to taking care of my family. Now my wife has to pay the bills. I don't want to get out of the bed today, Doc. My mama is asking me for money. My daughter needs some shoes. My son wants me to take, but I don't want to get out of the bed. So I said to him, I said, you know, we're going to take it one day at a time. The only way that we can provide wellness to a man is first we have to show him that it's possible for him. Military individuals are some of the most educated, the most intelligent individuals that I've met. Very talented, can do anything. But when you are accustomed to taking care and providing for your entire family, and you find yourself with your wife saying, or your daughter saying, what are you going to do? Well, his skills were specifically for the military, like professional athletes. They're like warriors that have went off, and when they come home, they have no support. You know, Maria, you know what women have that men don't?
What?
Support. You have the women's union backing you. You can call a girlfriend, she can call a girlfriend. A girlfriend can call a girlfriend, but the brother can't even turn to his brother and talk to him about his wife. Because we're taught, oh, you can't talk to nobody about your wife or your finances because that is off limits to a man. But in actuality, the things that we love are the things that bring us the greatest fears as a man. I don't want to fail my children. I don't want my kids to think that I'm not a good dad. I don't want them to think that I don't want to provide. Many times men don't leave their children or their mother. Men don't leave their children. A lot of times they leave the mother because of the lack of wellness from her and him. His inabilities to communicate how he feels, where he's at. And they may say, oh, you know, look at these individuals on the show talking about all of the secrets of men. Well, this is why wellness is needed. Not so much about the secrets of men, but we need our women, our queens, the sister, the mom, the auntie, to understand that I'm not a deadbeat. I'm not out here not wanting to take care of my kids, but there's no wellness for me to turn to. I'm just told to get it together. I was talking with a young man that was a professional football player. And he said to me, Maria, he said, every Monday, I made $600,000. Yep. And I was taking care of 12 people. And somehow someone stepped on my foot and ended my career. And I went from $600,000 every Monday to living out of my car. We need wellness in our communities. Now, we're focusing on professional athletes because there's a veteran administration that supports veterans, but many of them still are homeless. But for professional athletes, from the NBA, the NFL, to professional golf, to even soccer, we even have the Latino community working with us. And they're saying to us, you know, I've taken care of my whole family, and now I have to go and stand downtown Atlanta hoping that someone will come and give me a job to make a couple of $100 because I don't want my wife or my children to think I'm sorry or I can't get a job. Wellness is needed, not just in America for men, but all over the world because men are taught. Figure it out. How can I figure it out with no one, no support, no wellness?
Must be major culture shock to go from well-paid, highly regarded athlete, profession, being on the gram or being on social media, and then there's nothing.
Nothing.
It's yep. So, and again, that can cause you to go into a depression from going that high to going that low. And, you know, I'm a part of the NFL PA Atlanta chapter, so that's
shout out to the
gotta give a shout out. Gotta give a shout out. An amazing organization. We have the most active NFL PA chapter in all of the NFL PA. And that's why we get the most fun. I'm probably not supposed to say that, but I did. And one thing I would like to add too, which kind of bridges the veterans and the former players, from high school to the NFL, you know, we're like this, and they do that on purpose. And you realize you go through a lot of the same training, a lot of the same mental programming, and you have a lot of the same issues when you leave that realm of life. And, you know, the camaraderie within that, you can't really get it in other organizations or other facets of life, which is why, you know, we really they understand brotherhood and the power of leaning on a brother, the power of being a mirror to one another. And it allows you to persevere through so many of life's adversities, and I've seen it with my own eyes, you know. And I like to show other individuals that we don't just service athletes and veterans. You know, it's truly a brotherhood, and we don't just service brothers as well. We have a lot of powerful sisters within our organization as well. You know, we're highlighting male's wellness at this moment in time.
Our time is winding down, so everyone, you are listening to, watching Atlanta Up Close. My guests today are Prince Hale Sr., Prince Hale Jr. with Steady Ground, steadyground.org if you want more information. And this year's theme is Rooted, Rising, and Resilient, the 3 R's. And so when we talk about your event that's coming up on October 24th, 1429 Fairmont Avenue, Northwest Atlanta, 30318, someone shows up, what can they expect to happen?
A good time.
Okay.
An amazing time. And what's amazing about it, we also are a private membership association, so the event is supported by all of the members of Steady Ground. So it's free. So I would say to ATL, if you're coming out, you should try to get there. Seats are going to be limited. We have so many different individuals coming, and because it's free, we want to see all of Atlanta out. Shout out to the greatest mayor, you know, in the country for allowing all of these amazing events to take place where individuals are able to have expression, to our greatest governor who allows us to continue to be resilient and to rise to the occasion to be the leading state in America on male wellness. So what we say, hey, come on out, enjoy with us. We're going to have great performers. Wavy Dope is one of the individuals that's going to be performing. Okay. He's one of the young men that have been through the experience. We have another young man, Ammo, and it's being hosted by our own B-Tuck. He is an amazing comedian. He's going to be, you know, hosting this show for us. So we excited. We have several awards, particularly one that's really, you know, stands out to me. It's the Lifetime Achievement Award, and we're looking forward to seeing who the young people of Steady Ground has voted for. We have now about 47,000 patrons or members of Steady Ground from all over the country. Okay. Many of the celebrities from Atlanta that support us, not just with their time and their efforts, but they come to the Vibes to encourage individuals that a skincare regimen, a shake, and some vitamins and some good exercise is not taboo for men. As a matter of fact, this is why I'm looking this phenomenal. Yeah, so I appreciate, you know, you having us on. We're excited, looking forward to seeing you at the event.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so thanks again for having us. This is why we're all striving to stand on steady ground.
What time is the event?
Doors open at 7. The show will begin promptly at 8. Okay,
everybody, it's October 24th. 1429 Fairmont Avenue Northwest, Atlanta, Georgia. And I want to ask you, as we now cut to close, what's your goal with Steady Ground?
My goal is to create a community and a platform where men can be healed, become better fathers, brothers, and ultimately build a stronger community.
All righty. Prince L Senior, Prince L Junior, you write down that routine that y'all have going on. Everyone, thank you so much. And thank y'all for coming in, okay?
Thank you for having us.
Oh, it is indeed an honor and a pleasure. Great conversation. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us for yet another edition of Atlanta Up Close. And of course, as always, you can listen to on the Odyssey app. I'm Maria Boynton.